Words have power. They can build us up or break us down. And sometimes the words that shape us the most don't come from strangers. They come from the people we trust, the voices we love, the ones we believe will never hurt us. But what happened when the words meant as a joke become the voice in your head, the lie you carry for years? For me, it was just an ordinary day. I was 8 years old, sitting beside my mother, flipping through old family pictures. I was smiling, laughing, completely unaware that in just a few seconds, something inside me was about to change. She turned to me, her voice light-hearted, and said, "You used to be such a beautiful baby, but now, well, I guess beauty fades." She laughed, but I didn't. I don't think she ever realized the weight of those words, but I did. And from that day forward, something in me shifted. I started believing that I was not beautiful, that I was not enough, that I was somehow less than. And so began my silent battle with self-worth, a battle that would last for years until I discovered something far greater than the words of others. After that moment, something inside me began to break. My self esteem, so fragile, so unformed, started to crumble piece by piece. Every time I looked in the mirror, I did not see a young girl full of potential. I saw flaws. I saw someone who was not pretty enough, smart enough, or special enough. At school, I faded into the background. I became the quiet girl, the one who never raised her hands, never spoke unless spoken to. I was not shy. I was afraid. Afraid that if I said the wrong thing, people would confirm what I already believed about myself, that I was not worth noticing. And so I compared. I compared myself to the confident girls, the beautiful ones, the ones who seemed to shine effortlessly. By the time I was a teenager, I had mastered the art of hiding. I became an expert at making myself small. I avoided cameras, dodged compliments, and convinced myself that I was never meant for greatness. Maybe I was just meant to exist quietly, invisibly, forgotten. One evening, in my early 20s, I found myself crying alone in my room, feeling completely worthless. I had just seen a picture of myself, and the first thought that came to mind was, I wish I looked different. I whispered, God, why did you make me this way? And then something nudged my heart. It was not a loud voice, but it was clear. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. I grabbed my Bible and started reading the verse over and over again. Tears streamed down my face. For the first time, I realized something powerful. I had been believing a lie. God never said I was not enough. The world did. My insecurities did. My past did. But God, He said I was wonderfully made. And God does not make mistakes. From that moment, I made a decision. I was going to believe what God said about me, not what the world said. Every morning, I stood in front of the mirror and spoke God's truth over myself. I am loved. I am chosen. I am beautiful in His eyes. I stopped speaking negatively about myself. I surrounded myself with godly women who uplifted me. I prayed daily, asking God to renew my mind. And slowly, my heart began to change. My confidence was not coming from makeup, compliments, or achievements. It was coming from knowing who I was in Christ. Months passed and I started noticing changes. I walked with confidence, not because I'd become perfect, but because I knew my worth was not based on perfection. Every time I felt insecure, I reminded myself, God does not make mistakes. I am here for a reason. And slowly, I began to believe it. Today, my mission is clear. I help other women break free from the lies that once held me captive. I speak to young girls battling low self-esteem. I remind mothers how powerful their words are, because I know that one sentence can plant a seed for years. To every mother watching this, I want to say, your daughter's confidence starts with the words you speak over her. Tell her she's smart, beautiful, and worthy, not because of what she looks like, but because of what she's in God. To every woman battling low self-esteem today, I want to remind you, the world may have told you that you are not enough, but God says you are more than enough. And that is the truth that sets you free. Low self-esteem is not permanent. You can rebuild your confidence step by step. And if I could overcome it, so can you. Just trust the process. If you ever struggle with low self-esteem, I want you to do something today. Look in the mirror and say this word out loud. I am fearfully and wonderfully made. God has a plan for my life. I am deeply loved by my Creator. You are not a mistake. You are not forgotten. You are not less than. You are a child of God, beautifully and wonderfully made. If this story touched and inspired you, leave a comment below saying, I choose to believe God's truth. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more faith-based encouragement, and let's walk this journey together. You are loved. You are worthy. You are enough.